session is about digital research. The digital research covering particularly the digital media, one of the papers, and the other paper is about the content or the digital content. This is something which not many people in either IMRB or any other group companies work very often. So I think this is going to give all the people a slightly different perspective about a new area of research. Let me not talk too much about the session itself, which actually I will leave it to today's chairperson, Saima Kamar. I don't know how many of you are aware of Saima. Saima is the CEO of Wires Insights, our Kanta Group company in Pakistan. She is a seasoned researcher with 18 years of experience in both qualitative and quantitative research. She has worked on almost all sectors, including finance, FMCG. When I say FMCG, we are talking about food and beverages, home care, and the whole lot of them. Pharmaceutical sector, she has worked on automotive sector, social research, and also in the tobacco sector. So she has handled a wide variety of studies, including segmentation, brand development, brand health, ad testing, and several other types of research. She has been the CEO of Wires Insights for the last 3 years. And without further ado, let me just pass on to Saima. Saima, it's over to you. Thank you very much for accepting and then being the chairperson today. Please, if I could leave the session to you to introduce the presenters and the papers.
Thank you very much. Thank you all for joining in today, and thank you to the senior management at IMRB, Thomas and Sridhar, for providing us this chance of having such great learning sessions. As was pointed out, these sessions have sort of increased that voices and as well, and the population is swelling. People who come and listen to these sessions, and I hope today's session will be very eye-opening, especially for those who attended yesterday's MRSI session, because Lekha's paper at least is a very, very beautiful continuity of the same paper that we saw yesterday. So without further, I would sort of like to introduce the first presenter, which is Pushkar Chaudhary. He's from the media team, and he has worked a lot on the television audience measurement, and now he's listening to the digital space and trying to develop this idea of rating for digital advertising, and this is a very
Saima, could you speak a bit louder? It's not very clear, at least in Bangalore. So if you could speak a bit louder, I think that will be nice.
Okay. I'm trying to be as loud as I can. I'm trying to be as loud as I can. I hope everybody is able to hear me. So I was actually trying to introduce Pushkar. Yes, Pushkar Chaudhary is part of the media team in Mumbai, and a very smart young man. We have been interacting with him, and his paper is an award-winning paper which is called Video Wars and Peace, which is about audience measurement in the digital space, which is a very interesting concept, and I hope you will all enjoy this paper. So over to you, Pushkar.
Good afternoon, everyone. Before I start with the presentation, Mihir and I would like to thank IMRB for giving the opportunity to present our MRSI paper. So the topic of my paper is Video Wars and Peace. How can online videos trigger a big shift of spend from television to internet? Let's begin with some quick facts. About 75 million, just a minute.
Yeah, Pushkar, Raja here. Just hold on for a sec.
Yeah, sure.
Jones, can you all hear well and loud and clear?
Yes, we can hear you.
Me all right. I mean, I won't be speaking anyway. It's
as well.
Pushkar, can you hear him well and loud and clear?
Yeah, we can.
Yes.
Don't I hope I'm audible to you.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, then continue. Please continue, Pushkar. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
So, about 75 million internet users in India watch online videos every month. And interestingly, 98% of these 75 million users watch videos on a platform called YouTube. So, as users increasingly begin to shift towards the content on demand era, YouTube holds a huge opportunity to disrupt television market across the globe. And there is evidence to support this phenomena. In July 2012, a Korean musician with no international recognition became an instant internet sensation with the launch of his song called Gangnam Style. Today this song has more than 2 billion of hits and making it the most watched video on YouTube across the world. Back in India, a similar kind of success was seen when a video called Kolavari Ji got more than 3.5 million views in the first week of its release. And soon this video became the most searched video in India. As on today, we do not see a single Bollywood movie opening at a box office without releasing its trailer on YouTube. In simple words, if I have to say, the growth in consumption of online videos has been exponential. And the recent uprising of mobile internet, spurred with reduction in 3G tariff plans and cheaper smartphones, has not only propelled this growth but have also attracted more audience for using internet. And consequently on using online videos. So clearly this craze is not only an entertainment phenomena. A lot of Indian organizations have begun setting up their footprints on online videos horizon. Right from impulsive purchase product companies like ITC, Nestle, HUL to high value goods companies like Maruti and Jaguar. If you see, in fact today many of the advertisements have begun breaking first on the internet. So online videos work, and that's the reason brands have started focusing on maintaining their presence on internet through videos. But what is it that's going to trigger a shift from television to internet? To understand this shift, you will have to take a bird's eye view and evaluate the media planning capabilities of both the mediums, that is television and internet. So here is a broad one-on-one comparison between two mediums. Starting off interestingly, you will see ad destination for both the mediums is same, that is channel. Ads can be played while a particular channel is played. Along with the ad channel, there are some additional targeting parameters such as reach, geography and demographics that coexist on both the platforms. Meaning you can do a planning for these parameters. And this is where the
Pushkar, I am just interjecting here, but is everyone able to see the slide which Pushkar is talking about?
Yeah.
Jones, yes, we can see. There's not a problem.
Sure, okay.
Can we just request everyone to put their speakers mics on mute? Okay, we are starting anyways.
So I'll continue with the presentation. Like I said, so reach, demographic and geography are the parameters that coexist on both the platforms. And this is where the similarity ends. For years, television media planners have used time slot and TRP to optimize their ad deliveries. Internet, on the other hand, owing to its unique consumption pattern, has its own set of parameters like share of voice, interest areas, frequency capping and advertising filters. Now the two major components for television planning are reach and TRP. And because internet has its different metrics, television media planners find it difficult or uncomfortable to work with online media metrics. And that is the reason the transition will not be easy. To be very specific, because while YouTube can offer reach, planning on reach basis, there is no metric equivalent to TRP that is available on the online videos. and this can be attributed as a reason for slow shift of spends.
So, sir, 225, can you explain what is share of voice? Can we come back to that later, please? Sure.
Yeah. So this problem led us to our research objective of this study. So we wanted to build an online video matrix that is more familiar with the traditional media planners, and they can use it comfortably, and consequently develop an online media tool which will help them capitalize on the existing audience that is accessing online videos. So how did we do it? We actually used our existing pre-profiled panel. Pre-profiled meaning we already have their demographics and geographic details. We asked these respondents to install a small metering software on their mobiles and desktops and laptops. So what does this software does is it captures all the URLs and the websites that a user visits to on internet. Post that, because this study was specific for YouTube, we extracted all the YouTube URLs that were visited by our respondent from a complete data pool. Then these YouTube video URLs were fed to an API application. For people who don't know what is API, API is basically an application program interface which interacts with the YouTube website on the back end, and it gives all the public information available on the website regarding a video. Then after that, through API we got we extracted information such as global views, engagement, genres of the videos that belong to, which is publicly available on the YouTube. After that, we integrated our panel demographic information along with the API information and stored it on our servers. And then our data was ready to be analyzed. So here is a quick look at the data characteristics and samples. We ended up analyzing data for around 3689 YouTube users in urban India. And these 3600 plus users generated around 190,000 events of YouTube. And out of these 190,000 events, we were able to analyze around 120,000 URLs of unique videos. Then we projected our raw data to an active internet universe of 2014, which is around 100 million. Post that, we then referred to our traditional media for calculating TRP, and that methodology was then applied on online usage. If you focus on the projection screen, the table above represents a dummy case on calculating WRP. So let's say we have a universe here is 10 users, and we have a 30-minute time slot available. We went for 30-minute time slot because this is how the traditional television planning works. So in a 30-minute time slot, 4 users out of 10 have viewed a channel for a different duration. In this case, the reach comes out to be 10 divided by 10, 4 divided by 10 into 100, that comes out to be 40%. Then while calculating WRP, we give a slight twist. This is, so we not only account for individuals who viewed the channels, but we also account for the time they have spent on the channel.
They need to talk in between for the Q&A. We can't even mute you.
Thereby allowing a weightage to each reach. Hence the WRP here comes out to be a 14.67% for that 30-minute time slot. And the way to interpret WRP is 14.67% of the universe was online throughout the 30 minutes of time slot. So now I have WRP. So what? Now I have the capabilities of solving a riddle of media planning and bridging a gap between online videos planning and television media planning. So let's quickly look at our research findings. This is a more of a understanding of audience of YouTube. We were able to understand the profiles of audience that visits youtube.com. So these demographic cuts are basically not available to media planners because YouTube does not give away their site reach and profile to youth public. Then leveraging on our panel integration with our YouTube API, we could for the first time see what are the genre contents that are being consumed on YouTube. Here in this example, entertainment being the highest consumed genre. Only through our YouTube API, we got to analyze some global video stats for all the genres. In this example, let's say a video uploaded in the entertainment genre on an average receives around 0.1 million median views. and around 16 million comments on each video in the genre entertainment category. We also learned that viewers tend to like about 82% of our videos. Some unique content planning instances were also analyzed, like video abandon rate was such one thing. We found that 60% of the people abandoned a video before first quarter of its complete video duration. And interestingly, only 16% watched a complete video in entertainment genre. Only through our, once you are done with the video abandon rate, from a media planning perspective, we could also deep dive into specific channels within a genre of our interest. Once again, we deep dive into our entertainment genre to shortlist the channels that are being consumed and used it for our advertising campaigns. In this case, T-Series has a maximum reach. And then we looked at a duplicate viewing to optimize our media planning. So duplicate viewing is nothing but a overlapping of reach between different websites. Through this infographic, a media planner can easily focus on the outer part of the circle if the campaign's objective was to maximize reach. Similarly, the media planners can focus on the inner part of the circle if the objective was to maximize exposures per individual. Similarly, we could also run a RNF build-up module which television planners are used to. This example tells us if an advertisement was run on a top 3 channels for 30 days, the campaign would end up reaching out to 18.4 million people by end of a 30th day. And the table below showcases the individual contribution of channels during the campaigns. You will understand that T-Series could play a major role in achieving this 18.4 million reach.
Can we take questions later, boss, please?
Coming up to the next slide, to showcase you how the impact of WRB, we picked up another genre shows. By current traditional television media planning, a media planner could have ideally picked up Comedy Night Kapil, Set India and Ma TV as a channel for choice. However, looking at the top channels by WRP shows how Colors TV displaces Comedy Nights with Kapil for the first spot. And then you will also see that Ma TV has been displaced by the Comedy Nights with Kapil. So this showcases a small example on how channel optimization may drastically change when a traditional media matrix are applied to online media matrix, when accounting for engagement when selecting channels. Now let's quickly go through the implication of this research. This research has a potential to cause a major implication and play a major role in disrupting television media planning over time as internet penetration in the country continues to grow. So it has the capability of shifting television dollars to media planning. Then we were able to draw genre level insights for YouTube from this research study, which are not made publicly available by publishers. And because our panel is a continuous stable sample, this study can easily converted into a monthly tracking reporting system which can be used by advertisers and publishers and agencies as well. Coming up to our next slide, our future improvements was ability to allow media planning at an interest areas. Currently, our panel is not profiled based on the interest areas, so we were unable to generate an insights that could consider this as an input. So our future improvement is to draw insights based on interest areas. That's it. Thank you for my time.
Thank you very much, Pushkar.
Yeah.
Very well presented paper. Now I would like to, invite audience to ask questions if they have any.
Yeah, sure.
So why WRB is not an industry standard?
Hi, Pushkar, this is Farhan from OS Karachi.
Can you repeat the question?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, whoever is asking the question, can you speak a bit louder? If it is in Mumbai, please go to the mic and then please ask.
Sure. The question is from Vishal Agarwal from IMRP Mumbai Digital.
Mumbai, can you ask your question first and then the second question by Faraz? Okay.
Okay, so the question was from Vishal Agarwal from IMRB Digital Mumbai. His question is, why is WRP not a single currency metric in India right now?
So, to give an answer to this, right now what is happening is media planners are, they have focused on the TRP and they are not fully convinced that how WRP will work, because the methodology is not quite transferable from TRP to WRP, and they don't know how the output will be for WRP, and probably that's the reason WRP is not as a convincing or a single benchmark as of now in India.
And we're moving on to the next question.
Parag. Hi, Pushkar.
Hey, hi, who's this?
This is Parag from Karachi.
Hi, Faraz.
I'm good. And thank you very much for presenting your interesting.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you very much for presenting this interesting brief for us. And I would like to ask a question to you that as we were talking about YouTube, in Pakistan most of the internet users use YouTube via proxy websites. So is this would the existing methodology be sufficient to capture the URL of YouTube which are being used for proxy websites in Pakistan?
This is saying they have to use via proxy website. Maybe they cannot directly access it. They have to go via proxy and then access it.
Will it work if they're accessing it?
Yeah, it should work. I don't see any problem in it. I think it should work.
Can you repeat the question for everybody's benefit?
The question was that since YouTube is banned in Pakistan and it is being mostly the users are using a proxy URL to access it, will the current methodology or the software be able to capture YouTube views using that proxy website? And I think Pushkar has answered.
Yeah, Pushkar, what was your answer, please?
So, there are two parts to it, Saima. One is that the panel currently built is not built for Pakistan at the moment. So, if there is a panel that is built in Pakistan, the first answer to your question is yes, it can be done. The second part of it is where the capabilities of the meter. So at the moment, the meter is capable of capturing the URLs of the internet usage that has been browsed by the panel. So if the proxy browser is capable of taking up or is displaying the YouTube URL within the URL of the page that has been browsed, then we can definitely go ahead and do this.
So the answer, Saima, it is possible. Provided obviously the URL is displayed within the proxy URL. Okay.
Yeah. I think very clear. Any other questions?
Okay, there's a question from
Another
Mumbai.
question from Karachi. If nobody else has a question, Sadam has a question.
No, Karachi, go ahead.
Hello. Hi, Pushkar. This is Sadam from Oasis Inside Karachi. Can you hear me?
Yes, Sadam.
I have a question. In your paper, you have mentioned DRP, gross rating points, as an equivalent of TDR. So, which one is creating more divergence in the results from the POV, the WRP or the DRP?
DRP is for television. We cannot do it.
So, can you just repeat a question, because I'm little not clear with the question.
Yes, I think the question is that what is the difference between DRPs and WRPs? Is that right? Yeah, and which one is more likely to put a difference between the rated points and the POV? What is the
So if you look at if you look at the terminology wise, there is no difference, but those two currencies are used on a different platforms. So WRP works on the internet, whereas DRP works for your television.
Let me just answer this slightly differently. TRP is obviously stands for television rating points, and typically what it basically means is that TRP is sort of a percentage of people in a given target audience who is watching a program in the time slot that is one is looking at, that the ad planner is looking at. Likewise, WRP also is a percentage of your target audience watching a particular website or a web property at that particular time slot the ad planner is interested in. Beyond that, actually there is frankly there is no difference, and this is almost virtually identical from that point of view.
Thank you, Pushkar. Guys, do we have more time for questions?
Reach and frequency table that we show.
We have a question from Mumbai. Just hold on.
Table that we show is usually in the traditional media. I understand that it is a function of insertions, but at the same time incremental reach that tapers off irrespective of the number of insertions that is there. So how do you manage that here? I mean, how do you see the number of insertions? So for a particular, say, a 4-minute video or a 2-minute video, there is usually one break in YouTube, which is either at the start or either at the end. So number of insertions, how will they actually manipulate your reach and frequency graph, if at all?
So at the moment, we've...
Mihir, Raja here again. Can you repeat the question for the benefit of people in other places?
Sure, Raja.
Mihir, you can repeat that.
No, hang on, Raja. It's a complex question. He wants to ask it himself.
Basically, for a traditional reach and frequency graph that they had actually plotted here, I wanted to understand there are two components in television planning. One is the number of insertions that you build up, and then incremental reach that is achieved. And as per general television observations, it actually tapers off at the end. So the number of duration that you play it off, the gap reduces as the number of insertions actually go on for a longer period of time.
You mean for the reach?
For the reach build-up. Yeah. So how does that actually accommodate here in your model?
It actually, if you look at the it actually shows that...
Can I answer that, Mihir?
Yeah.
Raja here.
Yeah, Raja, please.
Okay. Over asked the question. The answer is like this. In fact, you saw one of the slides that was being displayed over there. It did show, I think, if I go back, if you look at your slide in which you are talking about reach and frequency build-up, can you go? Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. This itself, you can see that it is giving you some idea about when you add on.
Raja, are you there?
Okay. See, this is basically as you add on one more channel or one more website, there will be tapering off effect will definitely happen, like it happens in the television as well. That's because the number of people who watch a second website will be relatively less, and the number of people who watch, let's say, 3 websites, will be even lesser. So that is why the tapering off will anyway happen, like it happens in the case of a television channel.
But how do you achieve this? This is actual numbers or this is forecast?
No. This is actual numbers.
Actual numbers, actually.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
it. Do we have
Any other? Same over to you.
Any other questions, ladies and gentlemen? Okay. I think we can move on to the second paper.
Sure.
Right.